Hey, this is Soldier7 here, reporting for Right Wing Federation, and this video is going to be about the first presidential debate of 2024. I guess you could call it that, even though it's kind of weird that it occurred around this time of the year. Usually it's a little more early for that, but hey, it usually happens later on in the year. But hey, nevertheless, we're just going to go with that and say it's the first presidential debate of 2024. There you go. And as you know, the first presidential debate of 2024 was between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. This is the first time they've been on the debate stage since 2020, and yeah. So all I'm going to do is just talk about the debate a little, maybe give my opinion, and maybe talk about some of the reactions that it has gotten since then, and yeah. So just to start out with, yes, I did see it. I did watch it on the actual day, and I will say that when it was over, I just kind of was just saying to myself, I don't know. Like those were my exact words. I don't know. Like that's what I said when it was over. Like I don't know if it really changed anything or if it's going to persuade anybody or if people are still thinking the way they are. I mean, maybe, who knows, but yeah, just to narrow a few things down, there were a few flaws on both sides, but I'll get to that. Well, more than just a few, but I'll get to that. Like starting with Trump, some of the flaws were that he did seem to get heated at both times, but then again, both sides did. But I think a lot of his critics were counting on that. But strangely enough, he did seem to mostly keep a cool head, even though he did seem to get heated at times. But for the most part, he seemed to keep a cool head. And there were some times where he was asked certain questions, like with childcare and so forth. And instead of answering the question, he answered something else. He answered a different type of question and so forth. They talked about the economy, international policies, and so forth. They talked about Ukraine, which was like, yeah. And this whole time, I'm kind of thinking, why are they not talking about Taiwan or at least mentioning it? And yeah, and so forth. So yeah, so I did mention the flaws of Trump, and now as for the flaws of Biden, truth is I don't really know where to start. In all honesty, and the way I saw it when I was watching, the only I can say is in the case of Joe Biden, it did not look good. Not in the case for him. Like it seemed like he was kind of off, like pretty off, and he was just saying things that I obviously didn't seem true. Like he seems to believe that the economy and everything's going good, and our international scale or reputation is going good when I find that very difficult to believe. Like just seeing it with my own eyes, yeah. I find that hard to believe, but being that said, despite both the flaws, who I think looked better in the debate, obviously it was Donald Trump, and I'm not saying that out of bias. I'm just saying after seeing some of the things that Joe Biden said, yeah, it obviously didn't look good in his case. And I remember seeing some of the reactions, following the debate. Apparently, some people were saying that Democrats are in a panic. Some say they may replace him at the DNC, which I don't know about that. And then you have some people saying, no, that ain't gonna happen. And some people, you had like Fetterman saying, no, don't abandon Biden. And it's like, well, I mean, that debate, like I said, it didn't look good for him. And the narrators, even though we kind of expected them to be biased, but they weren't as biased as I guess we anticipated. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video about that. And yeah, the comments are open. That's all I'm gonna say for right now. This is Soldier7. Thanks for listening.